Hey guys, right from the start, I've had a really tough time trying to figure out how on earth Christopher Watts could have ever put his daughter's bodies in those oil drums. I just don't get it. I don't see it happening at all. I don't understand how on earth a father could go from being basically a primary caregiver of his daughters, right? Since the day they were born. He was playing with them, he was feeding them, he was clothing them, giving them their baths, doing their laundry. When he would work all day long while his wife sat at home making videos, he would drive the work truck to the house after work, change his clothes, hop in the car, drive up to the daycare center and pick up his daughters. So he was even the parent who was picking the kids up at night, right? And it isn't like he was just picking them up on his way home from work. He was heading home, changing his clothes, right? He was taking care of those girls from the time he picked them up from the daycare center until they went to bed at 6:30 p.m., right? Look at those videos. Those little girls turned toward their dad when they wanted something. When they were hungry, when they were thirsty, when they were cold, they turned toward their father. When they wanted to play, when they wanted attention, because they knew he would give them attention. Look at the body language. They turn toward him. They are familiar with him. They are comfortable with him. They're not scared. So how on earth can it be that he took care of them all of their lives, right? How on earth could it be that he could ever harm them in any way? I just don't think it's possible. I just don't. And like I said, right from the start, that whole scenario of him putting their little bodies in those oil drums, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. If you've been watching any of our videos or having any part of the case discussion on our comment threads, then there are many of us who do believe that Christopher Watts was telling the truth when he said he did not murder his children. But there are also many of us who thought, well, he still disposed of their bodies, and for that reason alone, he should be in prison, right? But what if he didn't? What if he didn't? Think about it. What if somebody else drove those bodies to his work site? What if somebody else disposed of those bodies while he was busy vomiting and defecating on the ground? What if somebody else told him about a tragedy that occurred after he left for work that morning? What if? What do you think? And you know what? Before anyone goes all weird and starts yelling and screaming in cap letters on our comment threads, I do have the right to ask questions. I do have the right to state my opinion. If my videos bother you so much, don't watch them. It's pretty simple, right? And I want you to think about something. If you're one of the attackers, are you running around the Avery case discussion groups telling them to stop talking about the case? No, of course not. There are all sorts of people in this country and all around the world who are signing petitions. In fact, I think one petition got 100,000 signatures, 100,000 signatures, saying Stephen Avery is innocent. Well, if that's okay with you, then why are you having such a conniption fit about people who are saying that, in their opinion, Christopher Watts did not murder his children? Shame on you. Shame on you for thinking that you can try to shove your narrative, force feed your narrative onto everybody else. You go right ahead and you believe what you want to believe, but you don't run this channel and you don't run our opinions on this case. Just like nobody out there is running anybody's opinion on the Stephen Avery case. People are free to have their own opinion on true crime cases that are in the news. Got it?